Since you don't have coworkers as a freelancer, it is really important that you're intentionally befriending other freelancers. You can have, deep relationships as friends with them. They can just be colleagues or partners with you. But it is really valuable for you to be able to commiserate with other folks that have a shared experience to you so you can troubleshoot and problem solve with them on common challenges that you're up against and they might be experiencing right now or they have in the past. And so that in certain circumstances, you pass freelance opportunities to one another, whether that's a client, a project, an opportunity to be interviewed in an article or on a podcast, etc. So who should you look out for as someone worth befriending and worth investing your time in, because your time is valuable? First and foremost, it's like, who has shared interests to you, shared experiences professionally? Who seems like a kind person? Obviously, you can't tell that from their LinkedIn profile or an introduction to them, but you can tell from having a coffee or hopping on a Zoom. Are they the kind person with a shared worldview that you want to spend time with, that you want to collaborate with, that you feel like you can trust? Beyond that, you want to think about having a mix of different folks in your corner. That starts with freelancers who are just entering the space, that are newer in their career, they're at an earlier stage of their growth. And the reason being is you can provide them a ton of support, given you've been through some of those challenges that they're likely going to come up against. And they can give you a fresh perspective on the market, the industry. It's just a new set of eyeballs that you can really learn from, because they're coming at this with a brand new clean slate. Of course, you want to work with and befriend other freelancers that are pretty much your peers at the same level as you in terms of years of experience. Maybe they have similar credentials. Maybe they're in the same industry and do the same job function, or maybe they're in a complementary space. And those are great, relationships, because you're pretty aligned on what's happening, and there's no issues or complexities around them, being earlier in their career and looking for a lot of help, or not ahead of you in their career, and you feel like you have to, really intentionally support them in a much stronger way because, you're at the same level. There's a shared camaraderie there. Those are the kind of the most straightforward connections to make. And then finally, not more important, but helpful in your mix, is befriending folks that are far ahead of you in your career, that you look up to, that you aspire to be like. These are folks you're going to learn from every single time you talk with them. So it's really important to figure out, how can I help them and support them so this isn't a one-way relationship?